You. Hello! Welcome to the Geekatorium podcast on Friday, the 3rd of October. Hope you're doing well out there. Today we are going to be talking about... Matt, remind me, we're going to be talking about Alien Earth, is that right?
Alien Earth and
Marvel
and
Zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna.
And-
We You sent me that message all about the second Simpsons film, so we're gonna be talking about that as well. We have a fantastic 5 as well, which is we've got quite a lot in that. We've got Futurama. We've got a couple of games in there. We've got a kids thing in there, like a proper kids thing as well.
Yeah.
So stick around for that. And if this is the first time that you're listening to the podcast, hello, welcome. It's lovely to have you here. If you're returning, hello, welcome back. It's lovely to have you here. So why not grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a snack, and without further ado, let's go into the podcast. Hey, buddy, how's it going?
I'm all right. How about you?
I'm good. I'm good, thank you. What you know what I need to do is I need to fix my OBS. So, I need to fix the buttons so that I don't get muted when I start talking.
I gotta say, I think it's just an unfortunate that those 3 letters go together in a way that sound like you've got some kind of bowel problem.
Yeah.
I really need to fix my OBS.
And and at the age of turning 43, that could be a thing.
Such problems with my OBS. Oh God, can't tell you.
You know, it's crazy. I know I'm getting older because I fell down the stairs. Yeah, that's an old person thing apparently. No, but I fell down the stairs back in July, and I'm still feeling the pain now. Not pain though, but it's still like I remember like being younger and like if I fell down the stairs in the way that I did and like hurt my ankle in the way I did, I'd be fine after a couple of weeks. Like, you know, I'd be up on my feet again. Now it's like, oh, I'm still gonna have to take my time with it. Oh,
I can't remember where the phrase originated, but it's like young people fall over, older people have a fall.
Yeah.
And that's what you did. You had a fall.
And it's just like, how am I at that stage of my life? It's bad. It's bad. But anyway, how are you?
Yeah, I mean, fine. I'm probably a little more tired than I usually am when we do these things, but that's just like I'm currently in the middle of a working week.
Okay.
So it's but otherwise, everything's normal, I suppose. There's nothing really to report on. There's I got a new keyboard.
Ooh.
I mean, I don't own it at all. It's sort of like a loan thing.
Okay.
But it's awesome, and that's sort of I've been relearning my keyboard skills because I started music on a keyboard and I barely play it anymore.
Yeah.
So just to have this, and it's like, oh, I remember the stupid stuff that I used to play on this.
Oh, nice. I remember like my sister had a keyboard, then she just gave it up, and she was like, "I'm gonna get rid of it. Do you want it?" And I went, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So I took it off her, and I'd never played before, never played anything on it. And the only thing I learned, because I was like, I'm gonna learn this, and I was like, why am I learning this? This is the dumbest thing to learn. Like, start with some basics, start with some scales, start with like just start. No, I learned Desperado by the Eagles, and
nice.
I actually did quite well with it. I actually got to a stage where I could actually play like pretty far into it, because it's actually not that like I guess like if you're musically inclined, like, and you've got the ear for it, you kind of know what to do. Like, I don't know, but like,
well, I learned the notes on a keyboard first, and from learning the notes on a keyboard, I was able to learn the notes on a guitar.
so I think I learned the notes on the guitar, and then I was able to like by ear because I played by ear on a guitar. I'd be like, I can work out what it is and stuff like that. So no, that was the only thing I could do. But like, that's the only song I learned to play was Desperado by the Eagles, which is also an amazing song.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's a good
There's
song.
nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great. what an amazing start to this podcast.
I know, right? This is the Geekatorium, and here we are talking about learning instruments and bettering ourselves as human beings.
Oh, I wouldn't say that in the
No, no,
slightest.
no, it's not in any way, shape, or form. What do you want to kick it off with? There's three things there. I think we'll say the news
Let's talk
one.
about Alien. Let's talk about
Yeah,
Alien
because
first.
that was the finale. So
Yeah, that was the finale, and I did you not get the feeling that it just didn't feel like a season finale? It just felt like the end of a regular episode.
oh god, yeah, yeah. I mean, like it was like okay, you're just like it was yeah, it was kind of unsatisfying. Because it was like I'm waiting for next week's episode now. Like
Yeah,
I feel like you know in like the old days where
the
they
old
had
days.
where we had like 24 episodes per season
Yeah, yeah,
and they would have like and like okay, fair enough. Like we're going back. So it used to be like episodic, whatever. That's what it used to be.
yeah,
But then Deep Space Nine came along,
yeah.
and then you would have like, especially in the later seasons, you'd have 6 or 7 episodes dedicated to one story arc, and then
Yeah.
they would do something fun, and then they would do another 6 or 7, but then it would all into one giant arc as well. I feel like we've just watched a 6, 7 episode arc to set up a bigger story,
Yeah,
as opposed to like, this is a season, and it's really weird because I feel like there should be another episode now. Like, and
yeah.
I feel like the
8
story
8 feels short.
it does, and I think this is like a criticism. Maybe this is more a criticism of modern TV as opposed to Alien
Yeah,
Earth, because like fundamentally, I enjoyed it,
mhm,
and I thought like a lot of what came to fruition, I was like, I'm good with this. I'm really good with this.
mm,
The turning of the synths into realizing what they are was always bubbling there, but when they
yeah,
actually realized, no, actually, we're the ones with power.
mhm,
Terrifying because it's children with that power,
yeah,
and that was terrifying.
mhm,
The control of the xenomorphs by Wendy when she
mhm,
that
mhm.
was like, oh
Oh,
shit,
it's amazing.
yeah,
That element is really, really cool.
yeah.
The synths turning, I think, happened maybe a touch too quickly, but it's fine. I also
Well,
I did think that Nibs was dead,
so
but
did
then
I. Yeah,
yeah,
I didn't realize that
uh,
Nibs had survived that much. Yeah.
yeah. No, but I did think, "Oh, hold on, just because they're electrical, like, surely they could handle that." And yeah, as it
Mm.
turns out, they absolutely can, so that's fine. Um, the whole stuff, because yeah, the stuff with Morrow and Kirsch having their big old battle with each other was great. That was
Mm,
really,
mm.
really cool. I
Yes,
really, really
yes.
enjoyed that element of synth versus cyborg,
Yeah,
like all machine versus the remnants of a human kind of thing. And that was a nice little rivalry that I didn't realize how much I enjoyed until it got to that fight.
yeah,
Uh, I did feel like when you saw the eye thing go into the dead body, when he goes into Arthur's dead body,
yeah,
um, there was that element I went, "Oh, we're playing a very long game with this.
yeah.
We're playing a
Which is
very long game
but
with this."
the thing for me is, like, I find it a bit interesting is because, um, they we showed that the Oculus was in a body before. Like, they showed
Yeah.
it in the flashback, but that body didn't seem to have intelligence. It didn't seem to be communicating, so I wonder what's the difference. Like, it
It
feels
could roar.
it could roar, yeah, that was about it, but it wasn't exactly quoting Shakespeare, mate.
I don't know. I don't know if you've heard Shakespeare in the original Klingon.
Ah!
Uh,
Yeah, yeah, hang on a second. I have just got to hand over something very, very quickly. I keep talking amongst
oh, right,
yourselves.
okay.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
The eye thing, I will talk about this myself. I found that the eye thing, I do think gives particular extra strength, which I will repeat every sentence that I just said. So I was just saying that I think the eye thing does give strength to the user, or the puppet, as it were, because
Mm.
when it was in the engineer of the Maginot,
Yeah.
it was biting the Xeno. It was
Yes.
biting it.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Which is you're just like, "Hang on a second."
that's bold.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. I I I'm interested to see because like, obviously, like, well, you say that. I mean, like, there's I liked Wendy's description of the xenomorph being like the most honest being. Like it's just good.
Yes,
I
yes, I
really
did
like
like
that because it is true. It is very
that. Mhm,
true. The Xeno essentially doesn't lie. It just kills. Like it doesn't like do what humans do. I loved that
yeah,
because it's which is the evil one? Is it the Xeno or is it the humans? And I love that. But what
mm,
it's the Oculus now really sort of fascinates me because it's like it's the smart one. It's smart.
mm.
I think it's smarter than the Xeno. I think it's smarter than the Xeno. I think
Oh, yeah, no, Zeno, I think the Zeno is pure instinct as a
mm.
creature, and that's why I think it's so receptive to Wendy is because it's just being focused, it's
Yeah,
being targeted, it's being controlled, it's not, it's not so much an intelligence thing. It's that it is just all instinct and
yeah,
nature,
yeah.
which is why I always didn't like that retcon that Ridley Scott that it was just like, oh, it's actually born of experiments by an android made by humans, and it's
Mm, mm,
like,
mm.
and in some ways, I'm sure that there are people who are very impressed that it's like, oh, isn't this a great concept of a snake eating itself? Man creates the machine, machine creates the Xeno destroys the human, and it's like, no, I much preferred it when it was just all based on nature and instinct and something from
Yeah,
another world that could not be controlled as much as me what might want to.
yeah.
Uh,
I agree with
so
that.
so that stuff it was always so much better to me. Um, so yeah, the whole thing with the Wendy really sort of becoming like a mother,
Mhm.
not a queen, an actual mother,
Yep,
something that's actually
yep,
nurturing and loving
yep.
is kinda interesting because the alien seems to really respond to it.
Mhm,
Like,
mhm.
like, when you see it in the outside for the first time in daylight, that's something that we've not seen before, I don't think.
No.
An alien, a Xeno in daylight,
Yeah, yeah,
surrounded by shrubbery.
yeah.
Um, but that sort of How to Train Your Dragon moment with the hand on its head and cleaning it and all that was fascinating to see. That stuff I was all there for. Moving on though, what do you think about Aid Edmondson being the synth all along?
I loved it. I was like, I'm not surprised. I wasn't surprised, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, no,
Um,
it wasn't the big reveal
no, it was
really,
no,
but
it wasn't a huge reveal, but it was like, yeah. And then I just loved Aid Edmondson kicking ass with
yeah,
quiet, like
right? And then having to act like he got the acting he did with his eyes when he couldn't move, and then it's
phenomenal.
just his eyes going like it was like, that was great,
It
well
was
done,
good.
but
It was
there's a part of me that is like, "You're Vivian, you're Eddie Hitler."
yeah.
Like I still like I'm trying to forget all of that and just enjoy him having a different career later in life, but it's still like, no, you're a funny man.
No, I totally understand what you mean by that. But I thought it was really good. I actually thought it was very I thought it was well done. It wasn't that big a surprise, because just the way that Boy Cavalier is, he's I mean, like, especially the reveal that his father was killed by a synth that he made and stuff like that. It was just like he's surrounded himself by synths. He can't be around people, and like the
That What, he did it when he was 6, that's chilling. He killed
yeah,
his dad when he was
yeah,
6
yeah, yeah,
with a synth, who I'm assuming like he looked like his dad. I think
mm,
that's what that's based on, is
yeah,
that
exactly.
was his dad, and he's built a new dad.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So
Ugh.
I think like it's really chilling that he's can't be around people, and that's like the whole. I think that's what drove. Obviously, that what drove him to create these synths for these kids to replace them, so that they would always be around. And it's really just all really messed up. Um,
His motivation is he wants to have a conversation with someone smarter than himself.
yeah,
That's what he said.
yeah,
So that's why he's got all the synths, because he thinks he might be able to make one smarter than himself, but
yeah.
he's not succeed as of yet, it seems.
Because he's not that smart. He's
No.
intelligent, but he's not smart. So, yeah, no, I enjoyed overall. I've enjoyed like the show. I thought it was really well done, and I
Mm.
thought it's like probably some of the best alien content in recent years.
It played out like a comic book,
Yeah,
like the old style,
yeah,
like Dark Horse comics. It played out very much
yeah,
like that.
and I'm good with that considering like a lot. you've either got this sort of Prometheus style stuff, which was just like, what are you doing? This is way, it's
Trying to make it deep. That was the stupid thing. It
yeah,
was
and
just like, look, it's a monster movie.
yeah, exactly.
Let's not go. But the
Or
monsters were created because of we wanted to find out who we really are
yeah,
and where we came from. Just no, just I want to see a monster eat a person.
and
That's
then
it.
and then the other problem you had as well is that the other bad alien films turned it into an action sci-fi as opposed to like a horror.
That's the thing that you could say that Alien 3 failed because it was trying to recapture what Ridley Scott did.
Mm,
And you could say things like Alien Resurrection failed because it was trying to do what James Cameron did,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
because it was trying to make it a sci-fi action.
yeah,
So no one's just approached it right. But
yeah.
what's cool about this is that in every Alien film, yes, there is some sort of synthetic. Every Alien thing. Um, so to now make that the core is like it's now as much a show about androids and synths as it is about the xenomorph.
Which is brilliant.
It's yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like no, we're focusing on the wrong thing.
Well, it very much reminded like taking it to that sort of side. It reminds me of playing Alien Isolation, because
Mhm,
the Xeno is the thing that you're trying to avoid, but actually the synths are just as evil and just
mhm.
as dangerous. So that suddenly it's not just about trying to avoid the Xeno; it's avoiding them and playing the game right as well. So it did remind me a little bit of that as well. So I was like, it's great. It was great all around, and the look. Do you know as well? Like, so here's the thing. Like, I love you and me both.
Mm,
Strange New Worlds enjoyed it
mhm.
for the
Yeah,
most part. Yes, this
yeah,
last
yeah,
season
yeah.
might have been, but we enjoyed it for the most part.
Worst season, but still a good season.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, but the criticism I have, and I say it's a criticism, is such a minor thing, but obviously because it's 2025 and the original Star Trek came out in the 60s, and this is based around that time, the Enterprise looks too modern to become Kirk's Enterprise in the original series. They've tried their best to like, there are buttons and stuff like that,
Mhm,
but
mhm.
it does look too sleek and too modern to become what it looks like in the original series.
I understand that, and they tried to sort of do it in Next Generation, where it was like, "This is the ship from the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Enterprise." Yeah.
Whereas this, it just looked the same. Like, and it worked. Like they were like, okay, yeah, yeah, we're not going to update it too much. Like it's fine. Like
On the first episode when they began filming, Ridley Scott visited the set.
mm,
Do you know what he said?
mm.
"Fuck me, it's my set."
Yeah, I'm not
That's
surprised.
what he said. But fuck me, it's my
Like
set.
everything from like the DOS based computer
Mhm.
system.
I like that stuff being part of like the DOS computers and all that. It's like if I was to make like try and logically head canonize it, that sort of technology is lighter and you don't need all the processing
Yeah.
and all of that. You just need to do the basics. You don't need to watch Netflix. You
Mm,
don't need to
mm.
do all of this. You don't need the most advanced computers. You just need the simplest stuff to get work done. Also fewer distractions. All of this. It's just about getting the job done, and that's what that world sort of shows me. And also, it does sort of show you that they're essentially all of those people on those ships, they're all working class,
Yeah.
essentially. So
Yeah.
they all get the shit tech, and everyone on Earth who gets to enjoy the wonderful cities that everyone lives in, they get the good tech. But
Yeah.
the workers, they get the shite tech.
Yeah, exactly. But one last thing, this is as we go. So obviously this is the finale of the season, and I think the thing we both take away from it is that it felt a little bit. I don't know. It just felt really weird. It just felt
Well,
really.
undercooked.
Yeah, yeah. I was waiting for more. And
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, is this the last scene?" I
yeah,
thought there
yeah,
was
yeah.
gonna be some big
I
moment
was.
in that cell. I thought that was gonna lead to something. It was like, "No,
Well,
now we've ruled." The music started. I went, "Oh,
but it's like
oh,
even
this is
like
the end."
Yutani turning up, like flying in at the end there, and you're just like,
Yeah,
okay, so we're not actually going to see what happens. So there's going to be a season two. There has to be a season two.
mm.
What are we hoping for? Like, I mean, Earth's fucked, isn't it?
Earth is fucked, but if they're going to try and keep this within the actual canon and not make it too, outside of the actual established events
Mm,
of the Alien timeline, I would like to think that maybe I don't know. I don't think we'll ever see like a young Ripley or anything like
No.
that. We might see an Ash.
Well,
We
it's
might see an AI Ash because we've already seen that in a movie. I don't know if you saw Alien
yeah,
Romulus.
yeah. I haven't seen it. I've heard it's not
You've
bad
heard
though.
it's not bad, but I have to spoil a tiny thing for you, unfortunately,
Yeah.
right now.
No,
Is that
I've heard there's they've used AI. I know that bit. Yeah.
yeah, they've got Ian Holm.
Yeah.
And but the thing is, whilst everyone can complain about it all they want, but the fact of the matter is that his wife agreed to it and said he would have agreed to it as well because he loved being in that Alien franchise.
Yeah.
He always wanted to return to it in some way or another. So them using him, as long as it's tasteful and with the permission of his family, I don't see a problem with it. Maybe not AI, just de-aging and stuff like that, or a little of everything. Use AI as a tool, not completely.
Yeah.
Um, but I wouldn't be surprised if you got him or a younger Lance Henriksen
Mm,
who
mm,
played
mm.
Bishop. Like there's a lot we can do to potentially set up where things are going, where they find out about, oh, we discovered these on LV426.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should go there. We've got a ship in that system. You know, that it's all passing. They could already be already in space at this point. So
I was just double checking as well because like I thought of this. It's 2 years before the events of Alien, so we wouldn't get a
yeah,
young Ripley because at this point she's already
she's Ripley age at this
yeah,
point.
yeah, yeah. She's Ripley. Yeah,
She is Ripley at
yeah,
that point.
yeah,
She maybe you might see the kid. Maybe you
yeah.
might see a young Ripley, as in what was her name again? You played her in the game. What was her name again?
Ellen Ripley.
No, Ellen Ripley is the actual name of her.
No, no,
She's
sorry.
Ellen Ripley.
No, no. Yeah. Oh my God, I've forgotten already.
What they called? What's she called? Anyway, I can't remember. I cannot remember. But it would be quite interesting if you saw Working Joes.
Yes. Yeah. That would be
That
very,
would be
very
quite
cool.
cool.
Yep.
That would be quite cool. It
Amanda
would
Ripley.
be
Amanda Ripley.
Amanda Ripley. Ah, I should have remembered that.
Same here.
But you could have that. Like you could actually. What would be really good is because in the director's cut of Aliens, you could. She says, "I was supposed to be back for her 11th birthday." It would be brilliant if you actually saw her 11th birthday.
That would
That
be
would be a
cool.
really funny
That would be
scene.
really good. That would be really good. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm curious to see what they do next. Like, it's done enough for me to go like, okay, I'll watch the next one. It's set up well enough. Like,
Oh, I'm hooked. I
yeah,
am hooked. As
it's
much as there are bits that frustrate the hell out of me, I'm hooked.
well, we talked about this, like,
Yeah.
dumb decisions being made, and I still think
Yeah.
they did that towards the end as well. Like, it was like, why are you doing that? Why are you walking through there by yourself? Why are you like, why are you visiting the graves by yourself? Like,
The jokey thing for me was there was twice within the space of 5 minutes of the young synths coming out their door, looking in both directions to see soldiers walking away,
yep.
and then they snuck off in the other direction. And then 5 minutes later, the exact same thing happens where they go out the door, look out, see soldiers walking away. It's just like the soldiers are always walking away at just the right time. Just
Yeah.
the right time.
But it's just the nature of the type of like thing it is. But anyway, really good. Enjoyed it overall. Hooked. Probably some of the best
I
alien
think it's a
content on.
solid 7 out of 10.
Yes, I would agree. I would agree with
It's a
that.
solid 7 out of 10. The first 5 episodes, it could have been an 8, but I
Yeah.
think that 5th episode was amazing, and then everything else afterwards was not
Mm,
as
mm,
good as it could have been.
yeah. No, I would 100% agree with that. Excellent. Okay, so
Mhm.
Alien Earth.
Alien
So,
Earth.
keeping on the horror theme,
Yes, yes.
should we
It
talk
is
about
October.
Marvel Zombies? I mean, we knew that
Oh,
this was announced a long time ago. We knew it was coming, and it was because of the success, how popular that one episode of What If was.
yes, and frustratingly, watching it with someone who hadn't seen that episode, and then that episode not referenced at all, so it
No.
really just drops you in it. So within 5 minutes, I'm having to pause it and go, right. So what happened was,
Yeah.
so, so it's just like I just realized they're not going to tell you what happened. They're
No,
not
no.
going to give you a
And
recap.
do you know
So
what? I'm kind of good with that. I'm glad that they just kind of told their story. Like it was like
yeah, yeah.
I don't think it needed to be explained more than this is another universe and blah blah blah.
Mm.
Um, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna say that straight out. I enjoyed it. I was quite satisfied. I thought it was good. Things that I really enjoyed, particularly were the USS Uhura.
Yes, yes, very cute,
Uh,
very cute.
that was very cool, also Kamala Khan actually going, "Make it so," as they
Going,
went
engage number
engaged, as
one.
engaged, yeah, number 1 as they went off, that was really cool.
Yeah, it was really
Um,
cool.
I enjoyed it overall, I think it did it I think it was good from episode 7. I didn't think they would, like, kill characters off so quickly. Um,
Certain ones, yeah, it was
yeah,
like, "Oh, oh, right,
right,
so that
yeah.
okay, so this is a Kamala Khan story."
Yeah,
Okay.
and it was like, "Oh," but, like, we're really, like, going for it, and we're like, they're
Yeah,
it's like they really played the no one is safe at all. Like, it
yeah,
literally like, it's and I think that's what made me really enjoy it so much because, like, to draw parallel like, so one of the things they did when they advertised it is that they drew on the imagery of The Walking Dead with the dead Avengers behind here, like,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah. So, and that same image of the hospital and the dead are in here. So,
yeah.
so I was like, okay, so instantly I'm comparing it to The Walking Dead because I was a fan of The Walking Dead when it first came out. Um, it was hey, the first season really really good, and then after
Let's just say I watched the 1st season and I didn't watch a second
okay.
because I was just like, "Meh."
Well, I'm the opposite. I really enjoyed the first season, but as it went on and on and on, it felt like there wasn't a lot of jeopardy. Characters would be like like give you an example. The one character, Glenn, at one point is like literally in a situation where it's you're dead. He's dead. He's completely dead. There's no way he survives that many zombies in this situation. Oh no,
Yeah,
he's alive. And it's like somehow he survived. And it was like at that point, it was just like, okay, so there's characters here who have plot armor, and that's it. So it's one of the things that always frustrates me about a lot of zombie stuff is that there will be certain characters that are protected. They'll never be harmed. They'll never die. And that wasn't the case in this.
mm,
That wasn't the case. Like every character you met and bonded with and got excited to see was at risk, was at risk, and there were consequences, and it was insane some of the ways that some of these characters died,
mm,
and sacrificed themselves. But it all made narrative sense, and it made the story a lot more compelling for me. Like it made it much more interesting for me because it was like, okay, the story, yeah, as you said, there is about Kamala Khan. That's her story.
mm.
It's her
Yeah,
story. Um, and it just made it so much more interesting, and I really enjoyed it for that, really. Like, going to Asgard, New Asgard, like, that whole sequence, brilliant.
that was horrible. I mean,
Yeah,
it was good, but no, it's oh, when it's just revealed that they're all eating dead flesh
yeah.
and poor old Red Guardian, oh,
I know. Well, especially
oh,
Red Guardian, he's, like, given up like, he's lost absolutely everything, and then suddenly he's given that one sliver of hope by the words of that, "This
yeah.
is what we do, we honor them." And then suddenly and when he's getting back to a place where he's like, "I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this fight again." Nope. And it's just like I loved that, and I thought that was really good. And then the sort of the Thor story as well. Like once again, Thor, the head, aim for the head.
Yeah, especially if they kill Rocket and Groot for crying out
Oh
loud.
my god, just like boom,
They're just gone. They're just
yeah,
gone. And as lots of people pointed out, it was a much better send off for T'Challa than
mm,
him like just dying off screen off
yeah,
of an illness.
hundred
That
percent.
they could have done something
Yeah,
like that.
I think that's like yeah, that's the thing. Like watching this, you're right. That is such a heroic sacrifice. And there's zero reason why Black Panther 2 they
I
couldn't
have actually just realized there was a reason kind of for it that actually does make narrative sense in Wakanda Forever. The whole thing was there's no more purple flower, and that she
mm,
was trying to recreate the purple flower to save his life, but couldn't in time. But then because she went to the whatever it was, I've forgotten what it was called, fake Atlantis. That's where she got the stuff to make the purple flower because she got
yeah, yeah.
okay, narratively, but it still would have been a better send off. I mean, that stuff was really cool. Um, the deaths. We can talk about some of the deaths. The Captain America's torso. rolling around with his shield
I
was
love
one of the
that.
funniest things I'd seen.
Yeah.
I loved it. And then when you just get absolutely smushed under Red Guardian is just the arms left. Brilliant.
I loved that sequence. But it made sense as well that he would be that's what he would he's Captain America, you can't stop him. You'll always
Oh,
find a way.
yeah.
Like, yeah,
He is a super soldier. He is super strong. Very interesting stuff with Shang-Chi's zombie arm. I
yeah,
thought that
I
was
thought that's a
fascinating.
really nice and the sacrifice made by the father, like, I thought that was a really nice sequence actually, that
Yeah.
flashback sequence. I thought that was really well done. Like,
The
yeah.
way it all came together was actually it made sense, and Randall Park, his character with the silent assassin was
It's
so
so
sweet,
good.
was
Yeah.
so sweet. The way it all worked was so great.
Yeah.
Um, and I will say, and I was laughed at for this, when Yelena sacrificed herself and all of that. That was incredibly sad. I
It
shed
was
tears.
so well
I
done though.
shed tears,
No, but it
like,
was so
it was
well written,
amazingly done.
really well done, and, like, it was yeah, the way that she sacrificed herself for her friends was, like it was shades of, Black Widow in
Mm,
sacrificing for the soul like, it was that like,
yeah.
and it was just it was so well done, and,
But also in Thunderbolts, when she disappears into the Shadow
mm,
Realm and his reaction when she goes, like, it was that guttural, it was that
yeah,
same sort of thing because we have heard him think that she's died before and all that, so it worked, it fit,
yeah. I
and Zemo and Scott Walker was a bit of a strange one.
So, for me, that was the John Walker, you mean?
John
The
Walker, yeah.
yeah, the that was the weakest part. I really didn't buy
Raft,
into I didn't buy into them, and I didn't buy into like, the raft was like it was fine. Like, no, the raft itself, I kind of liked the sort of the concept that the raft was being used as sort of this haven and blah, blah,
yeah.
blah, and obviously it then led to, like, that the brilliant sequence, with Namor and Zombie
Yeah.
Namor and stuff like that. So I thought that was really good, but I struggled a bit with just Zemo. Like, I Zemo was better in Falcon and Winter Soldier, was,
Yeah.
used better in that, and John Walker as well. They were both better characters in that, and I just struggled a little bit with them. I didn't think they were as well used. Um, I don't know. Yeah, I didn't think they were as well used.
I think I think I think it fit with who his character was that he hates people with superpowers.
Mm.
He
Yeah,
hates
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
that all fit. I was very impressed. I was like, the raft, that does seem like a very good solution to be safe. But then as it was happening, I remember saying out loud, I got a bad feeling about this though. I have a feeling all is not going to be well in the ocean.
Yep,
And then
yep.
within like 30 seconds, zombie Namor. All right, okay.
Again, there was danger. There was jeopardy all the way through
Yeah.
it. And I find it so hard to try and criticize this show because actually I think for those 4 episodes, like they really did well. Like,
Well, you know why it's 4 episodes, don't you? It was supposed to be a movie.
uh,
It was supposed to be all in one go.
I mean, if that was been a movie, that would have been a phenomenal movie to watch. I would have been.
Would you like to have a guess as to why it wasn't allowed to be a movie?
Oh, go on then.
It's got Spider-Man in it. He can't be
Ah,
in a movie. He can't be in a movie.
yeah. There you
So
go. There you go.
they had to cut it into 4 episodes.
But it's just so. I mean, I want to watch it back again, like, and because I really really enjoyed it, and I find it.
Yeah.
I think like I said, my one criticism, I didn't buy into Zemo, but apart from that, I mean, like, and that's a small niggle. Like, that's a small niggle. I think like the way it ended as well. Like,
Mm. The ending was just like, "Oh, well, there's definitely gonna be a season 2.
no,
They
yes,
can't leave it like
yes,
this."
but then I was like, oh, we didn't actually see Riri die. You're right.
Well, no, that's a good point. So maybe none of season 1 happened, although she's got now it seems she's got the infinity powers because, like, Infinity Hulk, which
Yeah.
was awesome as well, by the way, that was
Oh, so
incredibly well
good.
done.
Yeah.
Incredibly well done, and you believed it,
Hmm.
and, like, I was just like, this is a great concept for a film.
Yeah.
Infinity Hulk, again, the guy who could absorb all the power and keep me safe. Oh, amazing. Um, but yeah, but at the end, she seems to have that power. But does she have that power to make it look like all of Earth is all right, and now she can spread the zombie virus across the galaxy and be queen of the universe?
Yeah.
Now that we know Novacore was like aware the whole time and went, nah, you're condemned. Stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Stay there.
If there is going to be a season two, which I think you're right, there absolutely will be. I cannot wait to see what they do. I actually think I genuinely this is probably one of the things that I've. It's nice to see that Marvel seem to have got their groove back a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Between
yeah.
between this and Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, I think they've done
Mm.
pretty well. I think they're doing I think they're on the right tracks for this. I think it's all gonna hinge on Doomsday, you know.
It is all gonna hinge on Doomsday. I'm hearing very mixed things about a trailer that came out at D23, and
Mm,
people were a bit like, "Nah."
okay.
And from what I've heard about it, I'm a little bit like, I'm not so sure I like the sound of any of this, but okay, I'll have to see."
Yeah.
Um, and rumors of fights happening on set and
Oh
all of that.
yeah, and act and roles being downgraded and stuff like that. So it's like,
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
we will see because like all of this could be smoke and mirrors as well. But you know, so it's
yeah.
we don't know.
We'll see.
But
Yeah.
anyway, what do you think then overall?
I thought that was actually an 8 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, same. I'd even me, I'd probably go for a 9.
Ooh,
I really enjoyed it.
ooh.
Really enjoyed it. Re
Yeah,
I'd watch it again happily.
I'd
What
watch it again. Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
I'd like to sit and watch the first episode of what episode of What If, and
And
then
then watch
go
all
into
of that.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that'd be really good
100%.
to do. Yeah. I
100%.
wish I had done that, but oh well.
Yeah. No, good. Well, that's the thing, you didn't have to. You could stand alone. It was, you know, it
Yeah,
stood
true.
it
True, true,
stood on
true, true.
itself, so
Yeah.
yeah, no, great. That's 8, 9 out of 10. 8 and a half. Should we call it 8.5? We'll call it 8.5.
8.5, sure. 8.279.
So the other I you text me the other day.
Yes. I thought of all people because I know, like, out of all the people I know, you're a big Simpsons fan.
I love The Simpsons.
Yeah,
Simpsons is
yeah.
like, and like it's one of these ones that like if I have nothing, like it's on, it's on. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Like I'm like, oh,
mm,
I've got 5 minutes. Oh, I'll stick Simpsons on. Here we go.
yeah,
Marge be not proud. Let's watch it. Let's stick that on.
yeah,
You know, like all these things.
yeah.
And I'm also the guy who has defended newer Simpsons to a degree. Like
Mhm.
I've not said it's amazing, but I've said it's been an improvement. Having said that, the last season and 2 seasons have been pretty bad, like pretty bad. Part of it is to do with Marge's voice, by the way. Part of it is to do
Oh,
with though,
really?
yeah, it's not good. It's not good. She's yeah, and like it's just it's bring and even like Homer as well sounding not quite a bit squeakier at times and stuff like that. So like it just it's starting to feel a little bit tired. But then I read an interesting thing about like because Simpsons is now on streaming, and a lot of people can access it at all times, it is actually getting a new fan base. Like it is a lot of younger people are
Yeah.
getting into it, and not the older stuff. They're getting into the newer stuff because it's still being relevant.
Also, because it looks nicer. People get a bit snobby
Yeah,
watching things that look old.
yeah, and so it's fine. But I, let's talk about the first Simpsons movie before we talk about the second.
What was your initial reaction to the first Simpsons movie when
So
you saw it?
I loved it. I
Oh,
I
really?
I loved it. I absolutely loved it because and it didn't feel like the rest of the Simpsons at the time, and this is because they brought back pretty much all of the old writing crew. So people who had been
Mm,
involved in that golden age of the Simpsons came back to write this one-off movie because they'd been wanting to do it for years and they never got a chance
mm,
to. So they all came back, they wrote this movie, and it does feel like for me, it feels like an old episode of The Simpsons, sort of a bit of absurdity in there with like the running away to Alaska and all that stuff.
mhm, mhm.
Um, but it and the dome over thing and but at the core of it, it's a story about Homer and it's a story about Marge. It's a story, you know, it's a story about these characters and how they deal with it all and how they their relationships and stuff like that. And I really enjoyed it. But one of the things for me is that when I watched it, I was like, this is it. This is how you should end The Simpsons. This is the end point. Like
Yeah. Oh, you thought that they thought that that should have been the end
yeah,
there.
I was like, "Okay, this is a great time for you to stop now, because
Mhm.
I don't think you're going to get as good as this ever again." And
Yeah.
I was right. It's never been as good as that again. So I was a big fan of the movie, the first Simpsons movie. I just as I said, the because it had that old feel to it because they did bring back all the old writers. So yeah, that's what were your thoughts on it?
I thought it was very mediocre.
Okay.
I didn't think it was great. There were bits that really made me laugh, and you know, ha ha ha, there's Bart's penis and all of that sort of stuff. And it was sort of great, like having that the voice of Hank Scorpio, which just made me think, why didn't you just have the character of Hank Scorpio in this film? That would have been, I would have really loved that.
Hmm.
Um, the idea of it being President Schwarzenegger, that stuff did nothing for me. But the animation for, like, you know, Homer's Vision Quest was spectacular.
Hmm.
Um, the actual heart of, you know, Marge and Homer could be breaking up here.
Yeah.
That was really cool. And notice I seem to be talking about the things that I really liked were not the funny bits.
Well,
Um,
but the Simpsons has been like Simpsons is funny. Like
yeah,
it is a funny show.
but it's
But
the heart as
you know,
well.
but no, when Simpsons goes for the heart, like it really, really does it well. Like
The
really well.
episodes, like the episode where Santa's little helper
Hmm.
needed to be trained or he was gonna be given away,
Yep.
like, amazing, heartbreaking episode. Lisa and the step teacher,
Yep.
the substitute teacher. Um, I'm trying to think of, Bart when he's trying to study but still keeps on failing.
Yeah. Well,
Like, that when the teacher was, like, really just like, "Oh my god," like, normally he's like, "No, but I actually studied and I
yeah.
still failed," and that was gut-wrenching, you know?
But I
That
think even like
worked.
Bart shoplifting and like actually letting
Mm,
down Marge, like in the way is
yeah,
it's little things like that, and it doesn't even have to be like the ones that you talked about there, which were big. It's like even like small moments between other characters, like you
mm,
would just go, "Oh, that's so heartwarming," or whatever. And it's like moments between like side characters as well, like the relationship between Mo and Barney. Like it's
yeah,
funny on the surface, but actually they care deeply about each other, and you can tell. Like
mm.
there's so much that happens between the two of them that show that.
Carl
Uh,
and Lenny.
Carl and Lenny, like, yeah, absolutely, like, uh, um, so no, it is like this whole thing, like, I think you speak about the best parts of that movie being like the parts that are not funny, but they are. They are the best parts of that movie,
Yeah,
and the movie wouldn't have been as good if it didn't have those things. Like, it was
yeah.
first of all, it was funny. There were very
It
funny
did have
moments.
some very funny moments,
Yeah.
I will admit. Like, for me,
Homer attempting to
yeah,
do the loop with the motorbike, which then
mm,
played back into this later on, was
yeah,
hilarious. Like, kept falling on his head, and it's just like, and the joke being, "We're finding it so funny, do it again," and it's like,
yeah.
yes, like,
Oh, and then him getting hit like with the big boulder and a place called the hard place,
yeah,
and he's just
brilliant,
being knocked between them.
classic,
Stupid, like, hacked
classic.
visual gag,
No,
but
but
works.
that was
But works.
it's the rake gag. That was
Yeah,
the rake gag from Sideshow Bob, just
yeah,
walking into rake after rake after rake after rake. That's
yeah.
the exact same joke, like the similar style of joke where it's an obvious sort of visual joke, but it's funny because it's so stupid. That Homer uses super glue to climb up the side of the dome. That's funny.
Yeah,
Like all this, so these are funny moments, but if it didn't have the heart that it did, it wouldn't have been as good as it was. And
it
that's what
wouldn't
I'm trying to
work.
say. And that's the problem with like later Simpsons, is that it doesn't have the heart.
Now, what I think we should actually get into, because we just started talking about the Simpsons movie. We haven't actually talked about, they announced that they're doing a second Simpsons movie,
Yeah,
and, wow, do you think, I would like to think that maybe this is the end,
but it's
that
not
they're
though.
going, "Do you know what? It's the 40-year anniversary.
Hmm.
Let's let this be the end."
Well, they've already extended The Simpsons as a series through to 2028, so that's been confirmed.
Well, wow, so that would put it at 41 years,
Yeah, so
because it was
I
1987 it
don't
came out.
think unfortunately this will be the end, which is frustrating because I really like it's going to depend on a few things. It's going to depend who they bring back to write it. If they bring back again that golden age crew, then it stands a chance of being good. But then again, I don't know how much they've got in them now at this point. I feel like as well, and we're going to talk about it later, like they've moved on to other projects at this point. They've moved on to there's more heart going into sort of more effort going into sort of other projects that I'm just going to use that
Well,
term.
they finished with, which was a shame because I did really enjoy
Disenchantment.
Disenchantment.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought it was great.
was wonderful. Loved
Yeah,
that show.
yeah,
So if they did something else like that, I'm surprised that only went for 3 seasons, to
yeah,
be honest.
yeah.
It felt like I was like, "Oh, it's ended," and it ended so beautifully.
But it told a lot in its time. Like
It
in
did,
those
yeah.
in it told a lot of stories in a very short space of time, which is fantastic.
Mm.
Um, but I just feel like they've got all these other stuff that I think like The Simpsons has just become it's the way that Seth MacFarlane feels about Family Guy. He doesn't really like Family Guy anymore. He just does it because it's
Well,
the
he got out of that, because it got cancelled, and then he did American Dad, and then he was doing it.
mm,
He was doing both at the same time, and, decided he preferred working on American Dad, so wanted to focus all on that,
yeah.
and is happy to
Ooh,
just do the voice, and
kind of like The Simpsons and Futurama, really, isn't it? So
yes. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, to some degree, because they both were like, Futurama was doing very well for a long time, and then I think it got cancelled. I think they said to him, "You can either do Futurama or The Simpsons," and he said, "I will do Futurama," and they said, "No, you'll do The Simpsons."
yeah, yeah.
No.
So it's frustrating. I don't know. I want this to be I want it to be the end. I want The Simpsons to be over because I just don't know how much longer they can do this, especially with, as I said, if you listen to the voices now, close your eyes. If you watch an episode, a new episode, but close your eyes while you're watching and just listen to Homer, listen to Marge, listen to them. They're just sounding,
I mean, as I've said, it's 40 years
yeah,
ago. Like,
they,
Jesus, they've been
what
at
they,
it a long time.
what they should have done is they should have let the characters age. They should have like let the characters age. In fact,
But
you know
that should
what?
be the last season. The last season should be them aging.
Yeah, but, like, even, like, the first like, even after the first movie, they could have aged them up, and no one would have questioned it. They could have had a jump forward in time and
Mm,
aged up, and that'd be fine, but they've just left it too long, and I have at this point, it's not excitement. When the first movie got announced, I was excited because,
mm,
as I say, love The Simpsons, but the second movie, when you sent me that message, I hadn't heard anything about it, because
mm,
I've just really given up on The Simpsons a bit. Not massively, but I've given up on it a bit. And I don't have excitement for this second movie. I just have curiosity. I
mm.
have curiosity as to whether they can make it work. And in my heart of hearts, I'm like, it's probably not going to be as good. And like you just said there, I feel like it should be the end point now. That should be the stop. That should be the hard stop.
Mm,
But I also know that Disney they milk the Simpsons like even more so than Fox ever did. Like look at all the shorts they've released that
yeah.
just it's like they just
A
won't
lot of the
stop.
shorts are Maggie who doesn't need a voice.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, it's so bad. So anyway, I that's how I feel about it.
yeah, I'm not optimistic in the slightest, not even cautiously optimistic. And when I sent that to you, I'd seen it, and like within 30 seconds, I went, "I want to send this to Rick," like straight away. Um, and I haven't watched a lot of the new stuff. I haven't sat down to watch The Simpsons in ages, just because I guess, like, when I loved The Simpsons, it was because I loved Bart Simpson.
Mm, mm,
That's the thing. You relate to Bart Simpson as a kid, and then you relate to Homer, but it did become too wacky.
mm.
It
Yeah.
became too
I
wacky.
agree.
It's like
I
when
agree with that. Yeah.
Scrubs became too wacky,
Yeah.
because Scrubs did become too wacky for a bit. And don't get me wrong, I love me my Scrubs, but it got very wacky and bright colored, and everyone was just a heightened version of themselves rather than just writing good character beats.
Yeah.
It was just Homer being more dumb than usual,
Yeah. Oh God, no, no.
just to push
I
the plot along.
100% agree with that. I think like definitely like um post post the New York episode. That's when
Yeah, okay.
it really started like that season. That was the first episode of that season is when it started getting just it started
And
creeping.
Homer parked his car in New York, that one.
Barney
Barney
was
parked his car
yeah,
in New
Barney
York.
was a designated driver, took it to New York, and that was a fine episode.
Yeah.
It's a fine episode. It's not amazing, but it's fine. Um, but when it started, yeah, that season, the ridiculousness started creeping in, and yeah, I Simpsons had been ridiculous, but it did it in like it was very sort of measured with how it used to be
Well,
released.
no, I think it was reactionary to the likes of South Park and Family Guy.
Yeah,
I
that's
think it
exactly
was
it.
the successes that it was reactions like, "Oh Christ, we're behind. We're
Yes.
behind." Whereas those shows, especially the South Park guys, that episode where they were, "Oh, Simpsons did it. Simpsons did it." Like, I think that wasn't a critique on the Simpsons.
No,
That was
it was
purely like,
praise.
we're all in the shadow of the Simpsons,
Yeah.
is what I got from
Yeah,
that.
yeah, 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 and it's mad that The Simpsons started chasing everyone else because it's like, "No, you just do what you do best."
Just yeah, just do you, and everyone else will follow you.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, no excitement. Well, no, just morbid curiosity. So to
Yeah,
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 so,
yeah. Fair dues, fair dues.
we'll keep as rumors come in, no doubt we'll talk about
Yeah,
it.
yeah, exactly. Well, we've got 2 years to wait now.
Shall we, move on and do a fantastic thing?
I think we should go on. Let's log on and go to Fiverr. When your brain is in a twist, 'cause you've got to make a list of the best things of all time, or the worst things we can find. It's a fair and fabulous, phenomenal, fantastic five.
There we go. There
See, I
we go.
say that because I'm just getting too many ads on YouTube at the moment for Fiverr, and it's just it's like I have no idea. I have no need for Fiverr, but why are you advertising to me? So
Oh, I
I'm
love
sorry.
that. I love that. At least, do you know what? At least they're still advertising, and it's not just use AI for all your art. Oh,
Oh no, the advert is sorry, we're completely going off here, but the advert is like AI is taking over like the world,
mm.
and I'm using Fiverr to test our AI systems. And I'm like, oh fuck off.
We're gonna park this for a second, and we'll talk about this in the after show.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I've got words.
You've got
Uh, yeah,
opinions.
I've got things to say. Do you want to go first?
Yes. So I saw a film. So number five,
Oh,
I
well
saw a
done.
film. Yes, no. Well, I'd been meaning to watch it for years because I'd seen Kingsman
Yep, very
and
good
I'd
film.
seen Kingsman 2, The Golden Circle.
Eh.
But when they announced The King's Man, I thought, who wants this? I would have preferred a third Kingsman movie. I don't think I want to watch that. Nope, so I'm not going to watch it. Nope, I'm not going to watch it. And going through the comedy section, when we were watching, like, no, let's try and find something fun to watch. Let's watch something funny. Like, you know what? Let's give The King's Man a chance. Have you seen The King's Man?
I have not seen The King's Man.
Well, let me tell you that is it a comedy? Some parts are. And I know, and the parts that are intentionally comedy are good and very funny, and that amazing sort of outrageous because literally for the first for the first like half an hour, my partner said to me, she goes, is this a comedy? Because it's very serious. It's very serious, but it's cool and it's good,
Mm,
but it's
mm.
not a comedy. It's very much about war and like well the first 10 minutes someone dies and you're just like oh my god this is brutal this is but and I said well when it lets loose I'm sure it will be great and when it lets loose it's amazing and then something happens that again just drops the tone to oh my god I what and then the whole film shifts and it's an experience. Like I know it's sort of a cliche thing to say. Oh, it's a roller coaster and all that, but my God, peaks and troughs of like, oh, this is very serious. Oh, this is very fun. This is ridiculous, but so great. And oh my God, this is so sad. And oh, well, what's happened here? And you go through it all. And I'm
Wow.
actually very glad I've seen it. I'm a little sad that I didn't see it sooner, and I should have probably given it a chance. But I do recommend it.
Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
do recommend it.
Because
But good God, you'll get shocked at times.
I enjoyed the first one. The second
Yeah.
one,
Mm,
s
yeah.
but okay, I'll check it out. The problem is that the last Matthew Vaughn film I watched was Argylle, and that was
Oh, yeah, I heard that was dreadful. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I heard that was dreadful. But no, The King's Man is very good, but
Okay,
just it's tonally all over the place, but it's still for me works. But
okay.
it's tonally all over the place.
I will check it out. I will check it out.
Check it out and then we can talk about it
Yeah.
again. What's your number 4?
I'm gonna, I've sort of alluded to it earlier on,
Mm.
but I've been working on my way through the new series of Futurama. on
Turns out I'm
Disney Food.
further behind than I thought. I'm a few episodes into season 12, so season 13, I've got
So
lot.
I'm watching completely new episodes of Futurama. It's just been
Yeah.
released, and like it's like it's Futurama. It's like the thing is, it keeps coming back and still keeps being good. Like I don't understand how and like it's nowhere near as good as it was in its heyday. Like don't get me wrong, like those
Mm.
first four seasons back in
Yeah.
back in the early 2000s and first seven, they were just phenomenal, like like
That
Jurassic
was my
Park.
favorite show for a while. It was
Yeah,
my
yeah.
favorite show.
But right now, it's like it's better than The Simpsons as it is, and I think because of its setting, it can get away with updating itself. Like, because it's set in the
Mm.
future, it can do social commentary on past events better. Like,
Mhm.
because, it can go back into the past. So, because like, at this point now, it's like Fry doesn't know what's happening post 1999,
Yeah, true,
2000.
true.
So he's just experienced, he's just whatever. So it's I'm enjoying it. Like, it's being
Do
a
they
rel
reference the Irish reunification?
Right now, it's a reliable show, if that makes sense. Like, I know I put Futurama on, I'm getting Futurama. Like, if I switch Simpsons on, like the latest seasons of The Simpsons, I just don't know what I'm getting. Like, I don't know if I'm getting wacky. I don't know if I'm getting heartfelt. I don't know if I'm getting like, what I do know is I'm getting something that is not good, not as like a shadow of
Not
itself.
as yeah, yeah.
Whereas Futurama just continues to be Futurama. Like, it still feels like it's knocking, like I say, it's not, and I say it's not as good as like it still puts out episodes like Fry going into like connecting to his mum through her dream. Like
Yes. No, yeah,
that
yeah,
was a
yeah, yeah.
phenomenal episode, and that was one where I go like, that's Jurassic Park levels of emotion in
Yeah.
there. Like, or even like the end, the last ending they did where they're like, well, let's go around and do it again, and it's just like it's so well done in in those senses that yeah, I enjoy it. It's Futurama. It's proving to be reliable for me. I'm enjoying it.
Very nice. Very
Yeah,
nice. Yeah.
excellent. What's your number three?
So I think I've talked about this on podcast before, but I'm replaying it, and that is the Guardians of the Galaxy game, and it's just a really good game, guys. It's a really really good game, really good voice acting. Um, it's a great story, great narrative, amazing graphics. It is so beautiful, so beautiful to watch and play. As I was just telling people, the Guardians of the Galaxy game. This is my third playthrough of this game, and I haven't played it since 2022, which is
Mm.
essentially when it came out. No, 2021, which is when it came out, end of 2021. And yeah, the story's amazing. The voice acting's amazing. It's a beautiful game to watch. I do find at times though, it's a lot. There's a lot of chaotic shooting and
Mm.
like at times you're just like, there's so much going on. I have no idea, and it makes me feel a little old. Where I'm like, I do want something a bit calmer at times because it's
We are old.
because it's lots of bright colors, lots of explosions, and then lots of writing on the screen in lots of places. And I'm like, I can't read all of this at once. So I just don't have the mental capacity for it. But it's a beautiful game. And if you've not played it, have you?
I started it and
All right.
I didn't get past the first 10
Or what, you
minutes.
just didn't like it?
No, it was I started it and then I had to go do something and then I just never came back to it. So it's
I
one
would
of these one.
recommend it.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it. So I can play it on Xbox.
Yeah.
Games Pass. So
It's beautiful, and trust me, like if you fully immerse yourself, if you're able to, one thing that because when I'm playing on a stream, because I'd like to only stream for like only a few hours at a time. I don't like to do really extended because I have to sleep and I have to go to
mm,
work
mm,
and all of that stuff. I can't do those long extended game sessions anymore. Um, if you are able to sit down and just like talk to everyone before doing it. You will immerse yourself in the world and the story and really be like, "Oh, I know what's going on there. I know what's going on with that, and I know that's happening, and I know it's so, so good." Um, so yeah, I just would like to give that game another shout out to say if you don't haven't played it, give it a chance because I know some people avoided it because of the Avengers game. Even though I thought the story of the Avengers game was quite good, I actually enjoyed playing that game, but that's just me. But Guardians of the Galaxy is such an interesting game, and it actually puts you in control of the team. You still only play as Peter, but you can say in the middle of a fight, Rocket, shoot that guy. Okay, Drax, do that, and you are commanding a team, and it does work really, really well.
Very, very, very good. I am going to put pause on the podcast for 2 seconds because there is
Okay,
something that I just need to do, and I will come and talk about number two in a
okay.
second. Okay, so just bear with me.
BRB.
BRB. Hello. Okay, we're back. We're back.
We're back. We're back.
Excellent. Sorry about that. Anyway, number two, wasn't it?
Number
Yes.
two. Yes, you're
Yes.
number
Yes.
two, sir.
I'm bringing this up only because I can. I have the capabilities to, because I'm a dad, so I get to talk about kids. It's quite nice being a dad because now I get to justify watching like kids stuff and like being like, yeah, I'm allowed to watch this now. I'm going to talk about Star Trek Scouts. Have you heard of this?
I have seen the Beanie Baby Star Trek. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's very interesting because there's two things I want to talk about. I want to talk about A, it, and
Mhm.
B, the reaction to it. Okay. because there's two things going on, right? So one is that it is a show that is aimed directly at very young children, and we're
Mhm.
talking like 4, 5, 6,
Yeah.
that age. Okay, so it's very simple. It's very, very Paw Patrol
Mhm.
sort of thing. And that's fine. And on those grounds, if you judge it on that basis, and I do judge it on that basis because this is what I'm experiencing. I'm as a dad, I've got kids this age, who are into Spidey and his amazing friends. There's now an Iron
Mhm.
Man spin of it. There's obviously Paw Patrol and all of these things. And as a kids show, like, it's fine. It's not amazing. They're like the ones that I've watched are like they're perfectly fine. I think Paw Patrol's better. I think Spidey's much better. Spidey's
Mm.
amazing, but that's also because Patrick Trump did the Patrick Trump did the the theme music. So it's like
Okay.
Fallout Boy. It's just Fallout Boy
Oh,
for the
okay.
theme tune. Um, but like those are excellent. Those are the like so like Spidey is like excellent. Paw Patrol is good, even though it's very pushing selling toys. But then again, what kid show isn't?
Yeah.
This one's not as good as Paw Patrol, but like it's perfectly fine. It's the it's looks like a kid show, it feels like a kid show, it sounds like a kid show. And here's the thing, my 4-year-old watched it and loved it and went,
Oh,
"Can we watch more Star Trek?" And so this then comes down
you
to
cried, didn't you? You cried, didn't you?
yeah, exactly. So here is my second part of the my reaction to it. So on one side as a kid show, I go, it's perfectly fine. There's better shows out there, but it's perfectly fine as it is. The second part is the reaction to it, which has come from especially like a lot of YouTubers, a lot of like uh, fans of Star Trek who do content solely around Star Trek and watch everything and critique everything. And it's like the reaction to this show existing and being under the Star Trek banner is so weird.
Mm.
Because this is for me, this is a prime example of so like everyone there's a lot of people like Prodigy was a kids show and people watched it and they went, actually, this is a very good show. It's not just a kids show, it's a very good Star Trek. And it is very good Star Trek, as well as being a good kid show. But that's aimed at an older kid audience. Like it's
Yeah.
all, whatever.
Yeah.
So it could be a good Star Trek show because it's like whereas this is aimed at very, very young to get them into the franchise to understand that there's a thing called Star Trek out there and this takes part in that world.
It's quite smart marketing and all that, you
It's
know?
that's what it's for.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't like. There's people who are like critiquing it as if it's Next Generation or Deep Space Nine.
Yeah.
And I'm going like, this is a prime example. This show is a very prime example of this is not intended for you. And
Mm.
like Spidey and his amazing friends is a good example of this. It's not intended for you, but it is actually very enjoyable. Bluey is not intended for an adult audience, but there are adult fans of it because it is very well done. And this Star Trek show is not going to get, it's not good enough on an adult level to get adult fans. It's very kid orientated. It's
Mm.
very aimed at young, but it's not for adults. It's not meant to be for adults in any way, sure. It's meant to try and get a new fan base into Star Trek because and here's the fundamental thing. Star Trek as a brand is dying.
Yeah, we've talked about this before that it's not attracting a lot of new fans.
Yeah. And it needs stuff like this to get fans. So I'm just finding the discourse around this kids show really weird. Where people like Star Trek fans, people who say they're Star Trek fans, are going after it hard, critiquing it as if it is, as I say, Deep Space Nine or Voyager or whatever, when it's not, and it's not for them. Like it isn't. As I said, you can critique it on a kids show level, and it's not a great kids show. It's perfectly fine, but it's not great. As I say, Paw Patrol is better, and Paw Patrol is pretty bad at times. But yeah, my 4-year-old likes it and now likes Star Trek. So tell me it hasn't done well.
No, no, that's exactly what you want. That is exactly what you want. I mean, I guess that's why, because I'm not looking forward really to Starfleet Academy, but that's probably because it's going to be aimed at the 18 to 24 bracket, because that's going to be the main cast, and that's who they want you to relate to.
Yep.
People like you and me, what we would actually like is that thing that people have talked about, the Star Trek Legacy, where it's, Captain Seven with Jack Crusher,
Yep.
uh, and that would be, and the Q saga continuing on. That's what we would actually like. But us as a fan base are getting old and dying. So yeah, of course they're going to aim for the younger crowd, because we don't have a baby Yoda.
Exactly.
Star Trek doesn't have a baby Yoda.
And it never will. Like, it can't. Just by the nature of Star Trek, it's such a in comparison to Star Wars has like a very narrow character base, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
it's if you look at that yeah, the original movies, it was like blah blah. Whereas Star Trek it's because it's more TV based, has a much wider cast.
Yeah, much wider cast. Not just that though, it's still sort of based in our potential future.
And the other thing is, it wasn't made to sell toys.
No, but come on, phasers and
Yeah, but
communicator badges and communicator like flip phones
no,
and
no, I hear what you're saying, but
yeah.
the kids aren't running down to the shop to buy a phaser over a lightsaber.
No, this is true. Although I did have a phaser toy when I was
Of
younger,
course you did.
because
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I've got one right there as well. So anyway, that's my thoughts on it. And is it a great show? No, but is it a necessary show? Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree, and obviously, I'm not going to sit here and go, "I can't believe they made this show." I do wonder though, what, because they do set that they were making a big thing about Star Trek is going to do a lot more animation, but we're going to cancel Lower Decks and Prodigy.
Yeah, really weird decision that. Really weird decision that.
Yeah,
Especially because Lower Decks was so good.
and as far as I was aware, it was doing quite well.
Yeah. So yeah.
Bizarre, bizarre.
Anyway, yeah.
Okay, okay,
And
okay.
besides, and also there's precedence for for animation going on for 40 plus years. So,
Ain't that the truth?
okay,
Yeah.
what's the number one?
I don't know whether you've seen this, but it got me very excited because it looked freaking cool. And there's a trailer for the Wolverine game, like a
Ooh,
gameplay trailer,
nice.
and it is so violent. It is so violent, and it is so good. And as far as I've been told, like there was like a little announcement, because obviously Wolverine always continuously is healing.
Yes.
So how does that happen? How does that work in a game? Like, so the way it sort of works is the more hits you do, the better you heal.
Okay.
So
That
the
makes
more
sense.
rage, the more you sort of like, the better you do, the better you heal.
Yeah.
So if you're just doing badly, then obviously you're gonna take more of a toll. So I mean, story wise doesn't make a lot of sense, but gameplay wise makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. But there's lots of looks for him. So there's like him in like a flannel shirt and a cowboy hat, him in the classic yellow suit, very much like the Deadpool Wolverine movie style suit. Um, and just really cool animation. There's a bit where his face is healing and you can see the metal under his face,
Oh, that's
and
cool.
it's just very well put together. Him stabbing people through the head and ripping people in half, and yeah, I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of Daily Mail readers that will hate it because it's so violent. Ban these violent video games, as they used to say back in the day.
Yeah.
But no, make more of these violent video games. I come from the era of playing as Kratos in the 2005 football series. I killed many people in the name of revenge, and that's my Wolvie.
I love
That's
it.
my Wolvie.
Oh, I'll have to check it out. Sounds awesome.
Part of me wants you to play it on the stream now. Let's watch the trailer.
We'll do it in a minute.
We'll do it in a minute. Yeah. But yeah, that's our Fantastic Five this week.
Is
Well,
that
this week, this fortnight.
this? Is that it? Is that our Fantastic Five? We
That's our
fantastic it.
Fantastic Five. That was my number one.
When your brain is in a twist, cause you've got to make a list of the best things
And that's it. That's the end of the podcast section of the
Cast of the
show.
pod has been cast.
It has been done. It has been done. Hope you enjoyed it, folks, and thank you for getting involved in the chat. We're about to come to you in a minute for the after show. So if you're watching this back at a later date, come watch the live stream next time. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And make sure you got notifications on. Make sure you got notifications on. That's the important thing, because then you'll be notified when this is going live. There's even a Discord, my Discord, you can join as well. We announce when it's I announce when it's going live as well. We're every 2 weeks. We try to be every 2 weeks anyway. So yeah, come and do all of that stuff to make sure you are aware of when this podcast is going out. So yeah, and everyone who's on there, go ahead, give it a like as well, because it helps. It's all engagement.
Oh, ring the bell and hit the subscribe. It's down there. I think I'm pointing in the right direction.
But if you do all of that stuff, it helps. It does help. So thank you very much. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Stick around, because we're going to go into that chat in a second and have a little chat. We're going to have a little sort of, yeah. We'll pick some music. We'll chill out. But thank you very much for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Ooh, okay. I think they're gone.
I don't know why I went into that strange voice at the end.
I don't know.
Everyone, bye-bye. I don't know why I went like that, but I did. Okay.
What music shall we put on today?
Just the filthiest thrash metal you've ever heard.
Hang on a second. Let's see what I can find.
Literally have it called filthy thrash metal.
Oh, here we go. There's only 2 tracks I can find.
I mean, that's all right. Yeah, that's okay.
That's it. I'm not putting that on.
Aww.
Let's put on.
All right.
Now what? Now we rule.
I mean, that's quite a nice ending line, I will say.
It was a very cool ending line. Let's put the Wolverine. Should we put the Wolverine trailer on? Should I find the
Let's
Wolverine
put the Wolverine trailer on. I want you to see it because oh fuck me, it's good.
I put on soul. I felt like what's soul like? And I've got gospel first of all. I don't want gospel.
Would you like me to play you some on my keyboard? It's backing music. Play it, Sam.
Oh, gameplay trailer. Okay. So this is what I can do. I remember this last time. I can do 2 things. I can share this with you. Allow.
I mean, I've seen it.
Oh, then you don't need to see it.
I don't need to see it. You could just tell me when you're playing it, and I'll just hit play on my screen here.
I am playing it. Right. Let's stop the music.
Give me a second to load this up.
You ready?
So give me a countdown. 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
I mean, look at it. You got what's it? Omega Red.
I don't think that sound's coming through.
I'm not hearing it, but that's fine. Oh,
Might mean I don't get any copyright, so that's good.
yeah, that's true.
Oh, that's looking good.
In it.
Why are you not playing?
What, you're not getting any sound?
Oh, wait a minute. I'm being an idiot. I know exactly why I'm not getting any sound.
What, you muted it on YouTube?
Doesn't matter where I go.
You want to start again?
There we go. So this is gameplay footage and cinematics.
Been fighting longer than I can remember.
Wow. What?
Yes. Just
Wow.
ripping the guy in half.
That is brutal.
I'd like to say I'm not a violent man. The trouble just has a way of finding me. But I'd
Suit looks good.
Does
Oh,
look good.
Through the head.
Look at this.
They had motorcycle sections.
Oh, this is very okay. So this is looking like Arkham Asylum.
Kind of Arkham and Spider-Man mixed together.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, Sabretooth.
No, it's not Sabretooth.
Oh, it's
I
not
think
Sabretooth. Yeah.
Omega Red, I think is.
Yeah.
just not for me.
Oh, very good. He's always going to be Hugh Jackman now, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Every character model is going to be Hugh Jackman.
Because I ain't no hero. I'm Wolverine.
Ooh, Sentinel. Ooh.
It looks
Okay.
so good. We have to
Okay.
wait a whole year.
That's pretty violent. That's pretty violent.
It's
It's
very
pretty
violent.
violent. Like, okay, I get it. I get it.
It's so violent, it kind of makes me want to get a PS5 Pro. I want to see every individual vein leaking blood.
I love it. I love it. Right. So in the chat, let's see. We had every name already gone. I don't know. Hi. Thesis as always. Hello, Thesis, and Tiny Dancer Rock Gaming. Really like hi. I did. What was it? I said. I know you can't reply. Just take into account that we
Yes.
yes. Thank you very
But
much.
I did manage to actually sneak in what she had said into the chat
You
anyway.
did. You did. I noticed that. You were very clever. Well done. Well done.
But the I don't think she's very well. That is from Moana. That's when we were watching Moana and the old lady goes, I went, I don't think she's doing very well. I don't think she's very well. And then literally 30 seconds later, she's dead. I was like, oh, okay. I thought we were going to play that out a bit longer. All right.
Perfect. Perfect.
So yeah.
I was right. So I wanted to talk about AI.
Right. So AI, which
Fiverr.
part of, oh, AI and Fiverr, yeah.
And art, because like I don't know if I mentioned this already, but like because obviously I did the Edinburgh Fringe just there, and I was very disappointed with the amount of posters.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah.
So it was pretty bad on the free festival level, and it's because like especially because like they weren't. I could understand it if the show had something to do with AI and they were like, whatever. But
Yeah.
it was like, no, there were people who were just blatantly using it because
Mm.
they didn't want to pay someone or they didn't have the skills themselves to put something together. And that really disappointed me. And it wasn't just like a couple. It was like there was one person who was there was one person who had a number of shows and every single one of their posters was AI generated. But there were people who had paid for the out of hand advertising, the big posters that go up around town
Yeah.
that were AI. And I was just like, oh my God. And it was just like seeing that every day. It was just, it's especially in an industry where, like, in the creative industry where we're like, this is what frustrates me about AI is like the idea of AI and large language models and stuff like that is like, surely it was supposed to automate the boring stuff and free us to be creative. And
Yeah.
instead, it's taking away creative jobs, and that's what really frustrates me. And then it really frustrates me that when people who work in the creative industries, just
I've used AI not for any professional purposes, purely to make myself laugh.
yeah, I get that. And look, I'll be honest, I've used AI for professional purposes because it is a tool. And I will agree
Yes.
with one thing. I
Yeah.
will agree with one thing, right? There was backlash against Photoshop when that came out for photographers, being like
Mhm.
people. And yes, it led to a whole phrase of like, that's been photoshopped, and people could tell. Um, and the same thing's happened to AI. The phrase AI slop has come out because
Mhm.
most people can tell what is AI straight away, and
Yeah.
obviously,
Yeah.
anyway. Um, but like it can be handy. So like one of the things that I'll use it for, and it's all very dependent on how you use it and making sure you write the right thing, like the right prompt. So Edinburgh Fringe, I do Star Trek versus Star Wars. As you know, there's the ultimate knowledge round, which
Mhm.
is 10 questions, five each Star Trek versus five Star Trek, five Star Wars. So if I'm doing 17 shows or 18 shows during that
Mhm.
time, that's 180 questions,
Yeah.
which is a lot for
Mhm.
me to research. So what I've done is I've gone, come up with 150 Star Trek trivia questions and 150 Star Wars trivia questions. Vary them between very general knowledge to quite difficult. And please provide a source for every single question that you come up with. So like,
So it doesn't do the fake answer
yeah.
accidentally
So
kind of
then
thing.
I
Yeah.
can then go ahead and verify whether that is a good question or not. So there is still work on my side where I go, right, you've gathered me this information. What I need to now go do is verify it and make sure these are good for me to use. So like that's how I've used it. And I haven't like there's been like I've gone through 150 and gone, right, 90 of these I'm going to use because they make sense or they're well worded. Some of them are poorly worded, blah, blah, blah. So it's like you have to use it is a tool. And if you use it right, it can be used well. But the problem I've got is that people are using it in terrible ways.
Yeah.
And like seeing the amount of posters and like seeing that Fiverr is a really disappointing one because Fiverr was a way of people who maybe haven't got a profile as a graphic designer or a writer or whatever being able to put their skills out there and get little jobs here and there from people. I
Mhm.
used Fiverr in the past. My logo, my for this channel is
Yeah.
Fiverr. That's
There you go.
someone from Fiverr. I was like, I have no idea what to do for a logo, but I know I like these colors. And then someone came up with something, and I was like, that looks so much better than something I would have done. Like it's
Mhm.
simple, but it's like I wouldn't have gone through the thought process. And he explained his entire thought process as to why he did it this way and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, that's so like it's come out looking like a very simple logo, but I'm like, no, that's brilliant. Like it made so much sense. And like I was like, love it. Love it. So,
Yeah. It's a
you
good
know,
logo.
yeah.
It's a good logo.
So the whole point is that was from Fiverr. So to hear them sort of doubling down on the AI slop is just annoying.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. I get it. And I think AI is good for meme. It's good for memes, and I think that's really in terms of image generation or anything like that, to create an image that could not otherwise be created in any other way. I think AI is quite good for memes, because as long as the idea of it was by a person, and they can say, "Hey, create this image." For a joke, I don't like the idea of a whole movie, a whole comedy set. I don't like the idea of a whole TV show,
Hmm.
or painting an image or using the image for sale.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you've got
It's still a form of plagiarism. Someone else created that, and you're trying to make money off of something that you did not create.
Well, there's that whole Tilly Norwood as well, the AI actress.
Yes.
That's terrifying. That's horrific. Like
Yeah.
that.
And this is I mean, I think the person who created it was a woman, I think.
Mm,
But the funny thing was that someone said, you can use AI to create anything you want, and they still created a teenage girl. Like, it when you say that, it's like, oh my god, that's so creepy. Because yeah, it's oh my god, yeah. Why didn't you make the first AI actress to be a man or a woman? No, but you made it a young girl.
yeah. Ephesus, there are medical students using AI to write assignments, justifying it by saying they paid for their qualification. So they haven't paid for their qualification. They paid for the opportunity to earn their qualification. They've paid for the access to the knowledge and the
Yeah, you earn the qualification. You pay for the access for the knowledge. You pay for the opportunity to learn.
Mhm.
You're paying for the tutor to teach you.
But you still have to earn the qualification. You can't
Yeah.
just that's ridiculous.
It's like, no, you're paying for the educator's time.
Yeah.
You're paying for use of the facilities in order to learn it. You're not paying
To
for the certificate.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's otherwise, what's the point of everything? You could just buy the certificate and be like, yeah.
Otherwise, I should have got straight A's for my
Yeah.
GCSEs.
That's ridiculous. That's not that's
Wow.
not how they see it now, yeah. Yeah, there's a very
That's an entitlement problem. That's a
there's
parental problem. That's someone who's
well,
raised
no, I was gonna say
wrong.
there's a thing with there's been studies done and stuff, like I say studies, but there's a very different attitude with like Gen Z
Mm,
towards uh things like education and education and jobs and stuff like that. A lot of Gen Zs are like saying, "Pay me this." Like, like for example, I'm not going to do that job because you don't pay enough. And it's like, well, you need to prove that you can do the job in order to be paid and stuff like that. And it's like this is this
mm.
roundabout thing where it's like,
Yeah,
and I get it. It's like great, have a sense of value in what you do, but
yeah.
ultimately, if you've only got 1 year experience of that role, or if you've got no experience of that role, you do not have the right to ask for the pay of someone who's much more experienced of you and stuff like that. And that tends. There's a lot of sort of reports that that's type of things happening, and it's really weird. But yeah. Anyway, every
Wow.
na- every name already got. And it sounds like it's the same thing for a degree. Like I've paid for the qualification, so you must give it to me. It's like, well, no, that's not how it works. Every name already gone. I like the idea of the AI bubble bursting and everything going back to normal. So, okay, I'm going to comment on this. So there is evidence already that the AI bubble is already bursting, if it's not already burst, because the amount of money that people have poured into it and there's been like zero return.
Yeah.
Um, the thing is, same thing. Like it's not going to return to normal. It's never going to return to. We're never going to return to
No,
a
it'll
time
always be there. Yeah.
before AI. The Pandora's box been opened. It's done. Um, it's going to be like the .com bubble again, where it's like thousands and thousands of businesses all just put .com at the end of their business name
Yeah.
without even thinking about how their business relates to the internet and whatever. They just did it. And then lots of startups as well going like, well, by this name .com, what do you do? No idea, but we've got the .com and that's all it did. And then like they'll all die away. And the same thing's going to happen with AI. I think like we've got so many companies that are starting up based on AI, but they have no idea why. They're just trying to get that private equity. They're trying to build something that they can then sell and get like tons of money for and everything like that. And I think what's happening is that investors, big investors, private equity firms and stuff like that are realizing that actually the money's not there in AI. Like they put tons of money in because a bunch of people said like this is the future. The future hasn't happened. It's Peter 1138. Hello.
Oh, that's who it is.
Ah,
Hello,
yeah,
Peter.
lovely. Um, they haven't they're realizing now that the AI is in its current form a bit of a fad. And that's because consumers are realizing that it's not what it actually says it is. It's not AI, it's large language models.
Mm.
It's and yeah, it makes mistakes all the time. It makes things up. It's not.
It's the thing of it. AI is the worst person you could sort of work with,
Hmm.
um, in terms of if you work with someone and you ask them a question, and it's fine to say, I don't know. If you don't know the answer to a question,
Mm.
there are people who are scared or cocky enough to not want to say, I don't know. So they will just make something up just so that they can give you an answer and feel smart, or make you think that
Yeah.
or have to appear to a way that you might think that they're smart. So you ask AI a question and it gives you an answer. And you go, "Oh, okay, that's interesting," but it's wrong.
Yeah.
So I would rather AI go, do you know what? I don't have enough information for this. You're going to have to look somewhere else.
100%. No, yeah, it's a weird one because again, it is a tool, and if it's used right, it can be useful, but it should be used for those jobs that take up too much time, if you know what I mean. So, like for example, the one for me was researching 300 questions.
Yeah,
like I don't like if I did that in my own time, and I have done it in the past. That's what I've done in previous fringes. Easily 2 weeks of work like that. Like I had to dedicate like days to do it, whereas I could get it done in, I could get it done in a few hours because it's the getting the prompts, getting the questions, and then just fact checking those questions to make sure that they work. That just takes a few hours as opposed to days and days and days of work. Like, and that makes I personally, I think that's a good use of the tool there. Feel free to disagree with me, but I'm not. Yeah.
I would also say like there's an element where I think like animators or CG animators, they can use it for certainly for big time consuming things. Like the idea of using AI, if you could come up with the design and say, right, here's the thing, I need this animated. So to save months of rendering time that it can take for these things, I think that's actually a beneficial way. I'm not saying put the artist out of work. I'm saying the artist use the AI as a tool because it's still the artist's creative vision. One of the biggest problems is water. Water is obviously incredibly difficult to animate because it is such an interesting substance that it doesn't behave in a way that animation really gives it a real looking thing. I'm always impressed by realistic water in animations, but I do know how hard that must be for them to do. So to use AI to make more realistic water, I would be like, okay, as an artist, I think I'd actually be okay with that. If you were, as a saying, using it as a tool, it's like I've got the water, it looks like this, but I need it to be either more real, I need it to do this, because again, months and months and months of time, especially in a creative world where everything does move very fast and you do have a lot of deadlines. And I do see it as a tool, but to solely use AI in that sort of respect, I think is a mistake.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm going to change the subject from AI because it's going to get me angry. So you remember like earlier this year, or not last year, this year, was it this year? Or last year? It was last year when Kevin Smith got the rights back to Dogma.
Oh yes, the Dogma, yes.
A trailer has just popped up on my YouTube.
Yes.
In cinemas, November 7th, Dogma.
In the UK.
I don't know. I'm now trying to find out if it's going to be
because he's been touring it already in the US. He's been taking it around because did you hear how he got the rights back?
No.
So you know where the rights were?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was the worst people.
Yeah. So he'd been chasing it. And then someone contacted him and said, hey, we have the rights to Dogma. And he was like, oh my God, that's amazing. Okay, can I buy it from you? And they were like, no, we want to do something with it. So he thought, but he was like, that's fine. Okay, fine. As long as I can do something with it, that's all good. And so he worked with them, and he's basically it's an anniversary tour, and he's taking it around everywhere, doing a Q&A, and he's been able to do what he wanted to do with it. And it's going to be released on Blu-ray or streamers at some point. So yeah.
No, this is I've just did a little bit of research. I've popped the trailer up onto the screen there. No sound or anything like that. So there is a UK company, UK cinemas on November 7th, for a 4K release of Dogma, and yes,
I can't wait. It's going to be great.
Like, I never saw it in the cinema.
Film.
I never
I
saw
never saw it in the cinema. No, no, and there was an element. There was a thing that I kind of hated. I was a little bit like, oh God, of course it's a woman. It's always that thing of because it's always. I don't want to say woke because I am woke, but there's something a bit like, okay, I think. But the story of Alan Rickman, there's a great story that Kevin Smith told, and I'm going to tell it instead of Kevin Smith because he's not here. He said one of the only bits of direction he had to give Alan Rickman in the film, and he hated it because he had to give him a line reading. And actors hate being told how to say a line. They hate it. But there's a bit where he has to say wax on, wax off. But Alan Rickman was not saying it like from the Karate Kid. He was saying it in sort of a Shakespearean way, but it wasn't working as a reference to the Karate Kid. So it seemed that Alan Rickman had never seen the Karate Kid, basically. So Kevin Smith is like, Alan, actually, you've got to say it like this. And like, it felt really bad. It's like, but it's a reference to a film, so you have to say it like this. And Alan Rickman just sort of looked up at him with a cold stare and was like, royally trained actor.
I love that. I love that. That's amazing.
Royally trained actor. Oh dear.
Oh no! If it's coming, Prince Charles Cinema in London is showing it in November.
Right, that means he'll be doing a Q&A because I went to the Prince Charles Cinema at the end of 2019 to see Jay and Silent Bob reboot, and he was there to do a Q&A, and it was wonderful.
Right, here you go. Here we go. Here we go. So, oh no, it's not coming to Scotland. So Prince Charles Cinema on November 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th.
Wow.
13th as well, so you'll be able to go see it there. I hate you.
Wait, hold on. I just realized who is the Duke of Edinburgh now?
Me. No. It's not coming to Scotland. Oh, that is so disappointing.
You know what that means, though?
What?
You got to come visit me in London, mate.
Yeah. No, it's more going to London.
Yeah, no. I understand. I live and work there.
Yeah, no, I know. Could I come down? I could come down for that weekend, couldn't I?
Hold on a second. November 7th. The problem is I can't take any time off in November.
Never. Well, I could come down and go.
You can come down and then we can meet up.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was it? Saturday the 7th.
Oh wait, my choices of places to go are either London, Addleston, Redhill, Thetford, Sheffield, Stockport, Huddersfield, or Bradford. I'll come to London.
Redhill.
Yeah.
No, really. Out of all the places, Redhill.
Yeah, Redhill.
What?
Yeah. Not even like Edinburgh or Glasgow are not on there.
Or Cardiff.
Or Cardiff. Belfast. Like Manchester.
Swansea.
Liverpool. Like Thetford.
Right, what?
Stockport. I mean, I suppose Stockport's still northwest, but like,
yeah.
But Manchester, like,
yeah, Manchester, I'd have thought would have been, especially Glasgow. They film a lot of films in Glasgow. Like they've just been filming Spider-Man there. They filmed some Batman there. Like
the film house has just reopened in Edinburgh as well. That would have been a perfect venue for it. But hey, there you go. So.
Oh well, okay, no, fair enough. But yeah, no. Well, if you do come down, like, let me know if you are going to do that, and then I'll book a ticket as well, so we can go there like together,
and then record a podcast.
Sit here. Yeah, we could do a live podcast like together.
I know.
It's been very rare for us to do an actual podcast in the same room. We've only done it like 3 times ever in our lives.
And one of them was at the National Theatre.
Yeah, one of them was at the National Theatre. One of them was at Rialina's house. And one was at your house in Birmingham.
Yeah. Shit, it has only been like 3 times. That's insane.
All of the rest of it has been like this.
but it works. It
Oh no, it
works.
still works. I'm not saying, but it's just, I want to be able to smell you.
You don't want to. No one wants to be able to smell me. I've got the smell of like 4-year-old sick on me. No,
It's not the 4-year-old sick.
no, it's mine.
It's Mrs. C sick.
No, it's mine. It's mine. Okay, buddy. I think we're gonna call it there.
Let's call it. Let's call it.
But thank you so much to everybody for sticking around for the chat and for watching the podcast as well. Thank you again,
everyone.
Hope,
Thank you.
Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. We need to catch up on Peacemaker because I am behind on that one. So we'll hopefully talk about that in the next one.
I can't wait for you to see the most recent episode. I mean, I haven't seen the episode that came out today. I haven't been able to see that one, but the last week's episode, I cannot wait for you to see it.
I'm probably going to binge them over the weekend. So I might go watch an episode now. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching and supporting. Again, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Like this video as well. Please like this live stream because all the engagement helps. And we will see you soon. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.